You have journeyed from a small town of Aligarh to the CEO and founder of Paytm. Did you always know you are destined to your goal?
So it is every journey, incidentally, can be looked backward and then say that you were reaching here because of these reasons. But when you start, you really do not know. I mean, even if we build business plans, we do not know that business plan will be executed or not. In fact, I want to tell you, we all say business plan competitions. Reality is that in business plan competition, ultimately life is going to test you, not your plan. So exactly the same way, I wouldn't have ever guessed that I would be here. And sometime luck, sometime hard work and teamwork, sometimes somebody else's mentorship and guidance, and sometimes just opportunity makes you go through this. So I'd say that a lot of us, like you saying just now, bother about whether I'll be that or not. The short answer should be that I inspire to learn a lot from that person and want to be like that person, but you'll be you. You'll be absolutely you in you, and you will know better than no one else that who will you be.
Sir, you had been deemed the youngest billionaire back in 2017. So what inspired you to create a company at such a young age?
I wanted to go to Stanford to do my master's. I was in Delhi College of Engineering, and most of the people go MBA after that, and I wanted to go Stanford. But I found out that Stanford would be way too beyond my reach because I was not a good student in college. It was a medium problem. I came from a school which was Hindi, and my class in engineering college was English, so I would always have bad marks. So I knew that I'm under mark, the peak. And second was that the money that it required. So I couldn't gather those resources. So somewhere in my college days, I had this aspiration to go to Stanford to study, but could not. So I thought, what people do after Stanford, why not try that? And I think if you know, most of the Silicon Valley companies, the founders and people around have come from that place. I said, how about believing that you can build a company in India also, and then making it hopefully someday in the range of the type of the companies that we talk about. And I think it took 20 years, not small time, but it is possible. That is what I can say. So I wanted to find my alternate to my unachievement of Stanford degree. I'd say that. So that's why I started the company.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I found that in your first 6 years, it wasn't as successful, but you had to go through a lot of challenges. So, what did you do to overcome these challenges and increase the status of your company? I mean, it's Paytm now.
Yeah. So I think, look, just like in college days, we do not know, school days, we do not know what we will end up doing. Similarly, just like in companies early days, you do not know what will it end up becoming. And you sort of keep practicing, trying out few things, I mean, the success of a company has many factors. Basically, we do think that it was an opportunity, this guy did it, and then it happened. It is not 1 + 1 = 2 theory. It is actually a very different path and many distractions. So I'd say that, like I said in an early answer, that I wanted to build a company which was a world class. So I was always relentless towards that direction. I was like persevering, clearly committed that there will be a day when I'll get my chance. And I think that continuous hustle, if you will, that is the word I can say. Continuous hustle, continuous intent, hard work of aiming towards that side. One day God gave a chance and I said, okay, so this is our chance. So I literally have on a cup in our office which says, sometimes God gives us a chance to create a dent in the universe. This is ours. So this statement itself happened after 10 years of existence of the company, you can see. So that's where it happens. Someday you get your eureka calling of your life. And that is where the Paytm happened.
Sir, in India, digital transactions are still foreign to many. Many people, especially the poor and the illiterate, don't get access to such technologies. So how do you plan on making strategies to ensure that everyone gets a chance to use these technologies?
In fact, world over, if we see, even in developed economy, we see technology companies or financial institutions, if overall you see, they serve the companies or people from most resourceful, effectively people who can pay larger money, to lesser resourceful people. So the world order is like that. What do you get access to is like that. And that leaves billions of people and hundreds of millions of companies not to have wherewithal, just like what we just talked about. The very fact that we started Paytm was intended to bring up technology and financial services to these people from bottom up. So our mission statement itself has an intent that we will bring 500 million Indians to the mainstream of economy. So first thing that we need is intent, commitment of the person that I want to use this. And after that, we can give them technology, training, application, sometime even an incentive, sometime even a guidance or a support and assisted. So all of our business plan is built around intentions of serving these people. And I believe our country progresses if we can bring the economic growth advantages to these people. Because most of the time, these economic growth always settles with the top guys, and the poor remain poor or become even poorer sometime. So Paytm is actually that altruistic in its ambition that we will take these 500 million people and bring up to the mainstream of economy.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that?
There are biggest question comes making them comfortable with technology. So making idiot-proof, error-proof, or I would say easy to understand technology. So one is that. So our app has to remain very easy. To give you an example, typically you have a transaction history. When you pay, you call it transaction history. But poor does not know what is a transaction and a history, so I call it passbook, because they understand what is called passbook. Similarly, if we wanted to give them credit, like you can pay later. So if I say pay later, maybe you understand it, but the common customer would not. So they understand prepaid phone, postpaid phone. So I call it Paytm postpaid, that you pay me later. So starting from naming the product to utility of the product, and then go to market products. For example, like bringing assisted channel. So we have created champions like yourself who would go and train people how does it happen, and calling them ambassadors, so that let's say somebody wants to do it, but he's not confident, or she's not confident that can I do it correct or not. So these people and these champions, ambassadors, help them do it. So we believe in power of each one teach one. So if you can teach someone, that person can teach another one, will be the way it'll reach.
All right, sir. Thank you.
So as we have seen, you are a youngest achiever, rather it be academics or business. So sir, what advice will you give us to pursue our dreams like you?
Okay, so this youngest achiever is a very interesting term. I was in class 12th when I was age 14. So at 14, I did my class 12 engineering. I entered my engineering college at class 15. So this is, you can definitely say youngest achiever. But engineering college, I had supplies. Supplementaries, meaning I was not the top. I literally was the second last from the bottom in my class. So now I do not know whether I was an academic success or not. So in early days, I can say why I was what I was because I think I had a single purpose. I sort of believe that I think success of my life will be on this rope that I'm holding, which is education, and that will take me forward. It's like the broom in that you hold the education and it'll take you far. And that's true, by the way. I won't say it. The class rank may not matter in the life, but what you did in the classroom, how sincerely you were learning what you were learning, absolutely matters later in the life. It may not be the exact subject, but it is so much useful that we underestimate what it is. So single advice I'll say is that even though classroom education for the rank reasons is overrated, because if you're not number 1, number 2, number 3, you're not good enough, that I don't think I believe in. But I totally believe in that classrooms are the places where you're taught how to think about the life, how to think about the problems, and how to build yourself as a character. So that, I think, is my one advice to everyone, that never underestimate power of going to the classroom. I mean it. I mean, I'm the guy who in the engineering college was outside the classroom because I did not understand the subject, and I was the guy who was in the classroom in the school. As far as the youngest business guy, I'd say that you can start on what you want to do much earlier in life than you think. Basically, it's our families who stop us to do things. That's it. Because they think that we should be well grown up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really nice meeting you.
Nice seeing you too all. Thank you. Best of luck.
For more videos, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the link below.